Advice that I've ever been given about goal setting. I'm going to share those with you. I'm Coach Chantel, and one of the best things that I've been told about setting the right goals is to not set them at all. Yes, I know we are in a new season, and one of the things that we all are excited to do is to do better this year than we did last year. Let's be honest, we're always looking to improve ourselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. But goal setting is not necessarily the best thing that you can do to improve your life. And here's why. You see, the difference between setting goals and setting expectations is that goals put yourself in the driver's seat. It really stresses you out in a sense that you feel like you have to do so much in order to feel accomplished. Expectations, on the other hand, actually put the reliance on God. That's right. It's a very, how do I say, it could be a new idea for you if you haven't really carved out that spiritual life. I've been there before, so I understand. So allow yourself for a moment just to hear me out. Now, setting expectations means that God is in control, that God is going to do the work while you actually trust him to lead you in the right step. It's not that you're going to sit back and just watch him do everything. Sometimes you will, right? But action will lead to the results, but you have to set the expectation with God first, and he will tell you what to do, what action steps to take. Now, that's one of the best pieces of advice that I've been given personally because I saw it work for me. 4 years ago, I was in a business, and the coach that I had at the time said that you never want to go into an event. We were about to have this big event conference in Las Vegas, and they said you never want to go into an event, Chantel, without having expectations. And I'm like, yeah, expectations, whatever. I'm like, well, I expect to meet my husband. And they looked at me kind of sideways. I was just joking and being, a smart aleck. And they were like, you may actually do that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Because at the time I was dating a lot of guys, a lot of nice guys, but no one who truly made me feel like, yeah, this could be the one. So I was really kind of had a bad taste in my mouth regarding all things relationships. And so I was, not really serious about it, but I said what I said. And lo and behold, a couple of weeks passed, and I was boarding a plane to Vegas, and God literally spoke to me, and I had never had a conversation with God like that before. I promise you. I was very, very much not spiritual. And so God really did speak to me, and he's like, Chantel, if you want me to send you someone, let me know who I should send. What qualities in this person do you want? And I literally took out a notepad. I never take notes as much as I like to write. I really don't take notes. I take mental notes. And I wrote down 9 qualities that I wanted in a husband. And do you know, the flight from Atlanta to Vegas was about 5 hours. When I landed, less than 48 hours later, I stood in the line. There were over 20,000 people in this whole conference, and my line had at least 2,000 people in it. And within that time frame, 48 hours, I met my husband. And I knew he was my husband from like the time that I met him. So much so that after us meeting, we spent like the whole day together. And then afterwards, I ran up to my hotel room and I told my roommates, like, oh my God, I think I found my husband. I think I found my husband. And they were like, Chantel, wait, you just got here. How do you know that this is your husband? And I said, I know. And I had never been so sure about anything in my life before. And lo and behold, 4 years later, that is my husband. And so it was only because I set the right expectations. I didn't know they were right at the time, but I really did set expectations and not a goal. I didn't say, well, my goal is to meet my husband. No, that's too stressful. It would have made me feel like I had to go out and seek him. But God sought him for me. And so that is the lesson. the truth about goal setting is that you don't need to set any goals. You need to start setting expectations. And last but not least, don't be afraid to dream big and set big expectations. Set things that'll absolutely blow your mind, right? Do you want to be, the first to do this or the only person to do that? What is that big idea that you have for your life? Make it an expectation. Put it in God's hands, and He will put His hand in your hand, and you guys will go forward together. It's worked for me. It's worked for people that I know, and it's something a philosophy and a concept that I really hope will bless you if you just trust in God. We serve a big God, and there is nothing too big for Him to do.
Do you have a story that you want to share? Perhaps you've even thought about putting your story into a book. If so, visit thebestsellersacademy.com and let us help you go from blank page to bestseller.